Brian Moraro is our sign language interpreter tonight. Let us know what your thoughts are on the stories that we have covered for you tonight on all our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1. Now, the process of identifying new commissioners to serve in the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has now kicked off with the signing of the IEBC bill by President William Ruto. In the first, which saw the opposition witness the signing of the bill at the Kenyatta International Convention Centre right outside of State House, the president called for the bi-partisan approach by the political class to collectively pull together for the interest of the country. Abdiaziz Hashim opens our coverage.
Your Excellency, this bill gives a roadmap to the formation of the IEBC. It commences with the IEBC selection panel, which will now comprise of 9 persons.
The newly enacted laws on electoral reforms by President William Ruto has set the ball rolling towards the new electoral body ahead of the 2027 general elections.
The signing of this bill paves way for the establishment of the selection panel for the appointment of IEBC Commissioners. The IEBC remains a cornerstone of our democracy, responsible for overseeing regular elections at various levels.
The new bill amends the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC Act, overhauling the IEBC Commissioners' selection process, radically altering the Commission's administration and empowering the next IEBC chairperson.
This bill, Your Excellency, is the first bill to anchor the resolutions of the Houses of Parliament with respect to the NADCO report.
The Act has increased the number of the members of the selection panel from 7 to 9 members, as it was recommended by the National Dialogue Committee that comprised of both the ruling coalition and the opposition. The panel will consist of 2 persons nominated by the Parliamentary Service Commission, representing the majority and minority parties or coalitions of parties. The panel will also consist of 3 persons nominated by the Political Parties Liaison Committee. The Law Society of Kenya and the Institute of Certified Public Accounts of Kenya has 1 slot each, and 2 persons will be nominated by the Interreligious Council of Kenya. The slot assigned to the Public Service Commission was removed in the new law. Further, the bodies named have 14 days to submit the names of their preferred members, while the President has 7 days to appoint the panel upon receiving the names.
The bodies which are nominating more than 2 persons, Your Excellency, are required to also observe the 2/3 gender rule.
The new law stipulates that the existing panel, immediately before the commencement of this act, stand dissolved, but the members can be nominated to serve in the subsequent panel. And in a bid to prevent another scenario where the former IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati was at crossroad with his deputy Juliana Cherera, which almost plunged the country into chaos.
But before they are declared, they are processed, and we are saying that we did not process, and that's why they come out with glaring mistakes, and we don't take ownership of the same.
A notable structural change has been instituted by the Act by eliminating provisions allowing the vice chairperson or any other member to act as the chairperson in the event of a vacancy. The move is intended to consolidate leadership and maintain clear demarcation in the management of the elections.
In the last elections, the whole world was stunned when we saw an electoral commission that was completely divided. Some saying one thing, others saying one thing.
Both you, Mr. President, Mr. Raila Odinga, the Prime Minister, will have to agree on, perhaps most importantly, on who becomes the chair of the new IEBC.
The new law states that the next batch of commissioners should be picked from highly qualified persons, well versed in areas of information technology, accounting, law and governance.
There must be professionalism and integrity as part of the cardinal principles of the men and women who will be charged with the responsibility of overseeing our elections.
The Commission members shall still be appointed for a single term of 6 years and shall not be eligible for reappointment. The process of replacement of a chairperson or a member of the commission shall commence at least 6 months before the lapse of the term of the chairperson or a member of the commission.
The secretary to the commission, giving the secretary a term of 4 years, renewable once.
Once the selection panel is appointed, the team will have 90 days to conclude the exercise, and the country could have a fully new constituted IEBC by October 1st or even earlier.
They should proceed with dispatch and expedite the other recommendations that are contained in the NATCO report and process the necessary bills.
If we find a solution to this issue of IEBC, it will be on the way to resolving very many issues in our country.
Abdiaziz Ashim for Prime Edition.